let's talk about being back here at Rich South.
Yeah.
Well, Rich Township now. It's a lot has changed in here, hasn't it?
A lot has changed here, including the name, Raptors.
As time brings change for a school, it also helps evolve a person into who they are supposed to become. For Michael Leach, the Richton Park native walked through these halls of Rich South, which is now Rich Township High School, but back then he knew he was on a path to greatness.
I'm a faith-driven guy, and I'm here by the grace of God. Started in professional sports with the Chicago Bears here for a few years as assistant head coach.
Michael Leach started working with head coaches Lovie Smith and Mark Trestman, eventually moving up to the front office for the NFL in New York City, working in labor relations and operations. With an already impressive resume, Michael says he allowed his faith to guide him into the industry he never saw coming, politics, working on the 2020 Biden campaign as the chief people officer.
The through line really for me in terms of going back to what fed into the pivot, it's this realization that, one of the best ways to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Whether that's serving head coaches, serving players or executives, serving the American public through government. Serving others really was the gateway for me to realize my purpose, and that's what really fed into it. It was an opportunity to serve people at the highest level, in the broadest way.
In 2021, his faith led him to conquer a role no one has ever acquired. President Joe Biden named him the Chief Diversity and Inclusion Officer. As a black man, he took on paving the way for equity in the White House.
That role, the importance of it is that if you don't have an equitable representation of the communities you serve, you won't have a deep understanding of how to deliver for the needs that are needed in those said communities. Diversity, right, is having a seat at the table, whereas inclusion is having a voice at that same table, right? A voice that is both seen, heard, and valued.
Taking on a role that is receiving a lot of pushback. There is a target on DEI work with celebrities like Elon Musk calling it racist. That didn't stop Michael from creating change in hiring practices for the White House staff, even affected the nation's largest employer, the federal government. As the chief of DEI, Michael was able to hire the White House's first ASL interpreters and created training to reduce the impact of implicit bias.
Political hiring historically has often been around existing networks as a quick way to find and secure trusted and loyal staff, right? People know who they know. But because historically, the political arena has been white, male, and straight dominated, just doing that tactic replicates talent instead of expanding talent.
Being the first and only diversity, equity, and inclusion officer is something Michael Leach is proud of. Serving for 3 years, his tenure has come to an end, but he hopes his impact is never forgotten, just like the work of those trailblazers who've come before him.
One room in particular is Martin Luther King Jr. and the meetings that he held during the Civil Rights Movement with presidents. We have to realize this, like he met with presidents on our behalf so that you and I could do what we're doing right now. So that Glenn Marshall can do what he's doing right now, so that a Michael Leach can do what he's doing right now. We are not only makers of history, we are made by history.
Michael Leach says he plans to tackle speaking engagements and consulting businesses in the near future, but this February he didn't mind taking a walk down memory lane and remembering how far he's come, helping others to see the sky's the limit for a kid from the south suburbs.
By the grace of God, if you let him, you can block your dream if you allow fear to go bigger than your faith, but if you keep, again, faith bigger than your fear, you have a chance to be a history maker for others to stand on your shoulders.
In Richton Park, Glenn Marshall, WGN News.